All right, guys, welcome back on to part 2 of Discovery Bay. And I think what I'm going to do here is, I know we're really close, but I'm going to go ahead and like this is going to be the stopping point for right now until the spooky pack actually drops on Monday. So it's Thursday right now. Probably just go ahead and hold off messing with this anymore over the weekend, just because you know that, yeah, we know that it's called the spooky pack, but as always, I've already seen a ton of stuff that I think I'm going to be able to use even in a park like this. So before I get any, deeper into it, I kind of just want to hold off and let's just wait and see what we get on Monday, and maybe we can make this whole area look really, really nice, and come up with some new ideas as next week progresses and we get some more hands-on time with the DLC. So right here, started to go with a bridge right there, but it was just kind of too much. Went with the decision like we talked about on the last video in 1.5 about where I wanted to put the ship, and I think on this far side of the coffee shop ended up just working out a lot better. The ship looks like it's absolutely supposed to go there, and really kind of keeps up with that Discovery type of pirate theme that I believe Tony Baxter and the Imagineers, what they were going for. So that's another thing. I know you guys might have caught it in the comments. We were, a couple of us were kind of talking about it, and what direction am I going with this, or am I going to try to do like an actual recreation based off the models and the concept pictures, or is it going to be a loose interpretation, just with the spirit of Discovery Bay? And I think that'll be best. So I'm definitely going to go with the latter. I'm going to put my own spin on it, but just try to keep that spirit of Discovery Bay going, and just kind of put my own elements and my own little twists and turns into this. And I think it'll be something you guys, it'll be something you can enjoy and accept, and maybe help me as we go progress further into this series on what you guys would like to see. Got a couple shout outs that would like to see. One thing that at one point was going to go into this was like a fireworks factory, like a whole facade based on that. So I think we'll try to maybe work that in. Just a ton of stuff you can run with on this Discovery Bay type theme and type idea. So it's really kind of limitless. But that's another reason why I want to hold off until Monday, because I've got some ideas flowing, but there's also some things like I want to wait and see, like particularly like the trackless rides that they've got coming in that pack. Kind of want to hold off and see how that works, because I've kind of, you'll see here in a minute, brought in something that you guys have been really interested in and I've kind of given up on, but that's the Legends of the Hidden Temple ride. I've actually brought in that facade, and just really the main facade, but I thought to myself, especially after we've got these hints these last couple days and got some shots of the trackless rides, that might be the way to go. It's kind of like re-energized me as far as the Legends ride goes, and it just so happens it fits with the Discovery Bay. So I thought, let's just hold off. I might be able to come up with a cool type motion simulator type ride, and the facade, as you'll see here in a minute, ended up working out perfect in this section of the park over here. So that is what you'll kind of have to maybe just have to wait and see with me, and we'll feel it out as next week goes on, and I really get hands-on the new pieces, the new rides, and we'll just kind of see how we can make it work. This right here started out, I know in the concept art, there is definitely a tower over off to the side of this little section. The only difference is in the concept art and the models that you can see from Discovery Bay, the tower actually sets on the water, whereas in my version here, it's going to set across the path, and I make a decision here later on in the time lapse, you'll see, to actually add some functionality to the tower. I put a, I believe I put a chief beef at the bottom of the tower, so it'll definitely, it has a purpose, and it will definitely draw people to this area as they're making their way over to the aeronauts ride. So that was kind of my thinking on this. Instead of just having it like a big piece of unuseful scenery, went ahead and made a chief beef out of the bottom of it. So that I think will help will help draw some of the guests over. And, that kind of brings me into my next point, talking about some quality of life improvements that hopefully, I don't want to make a bunch of assumptions or, get really excited about it, but we're hoping for a bunch of quality of life upgrades that will come with the anniversary update, that'll come out hopefully sooner than later in October, that they'll be announced at the Frontier Expo, which if you don't remember or haven't heard of yet, remember that is happening on October 7th. So if you didn't get tickets and you don't live near, if you don't live near London, like a lot of us, they're going to be live streaming a lot of the main events and the Q&A panels. And speaking of quality of life improvements, a lot of people have hit them up on dead spaces in parks and what they can try to do to make the guests kind of think more like guests, where you have more of, guests in these parks. They walk everywhere. And really right now it seems like the engine is just making them focus on certain types of rides and shops, and that leaves these big swaths of dead areas out in your park where you may have stuff, but the guests aren't actually attracted to it, or they're not programmed to interpret it as that's somewhere that I need to go or need to walk. So maybe they'll do something with that, maybe make the guests a little more inquisitive, maybe even have like a just make them wonder more, like you would see people in a real park that wander around and look at the theming. And so, hopefully they're working on stuff like that. And I think that's another thing that people are going to be surprised from. I know that they've already, a lot of people, like, maybe not necessarily the Reddit people, because that's kind of like a whole nother set of weirdness and just kind of unnecessary banter over there sometimes. So hopefully even those guys will be surprised by kind of what they're holding back and what they've been working on for the Frontier anniversary update. And maybe they'll work on a lot of this stuff, or have been working on it, and will surprise a lot of those people. So for me, really, a lot of the stuff, a lot of people leave big lists, and there's stuff on there that I see that I would, that I've agreed with some of them on, like, oh yeah, that would be neat to see. But a lot of it is just kind of, they kind of delve into their personal wants. And I'm enjoying the game really how it is. A lot of path complaining, which, I don't want to be so naive to say that the paths work perfectly how I want them to. They don't, they're still a little fickle, but, I think it's something that is definitely being addressed, and it's being worked on. And, I think I would be doing a disservice to the dev team to just have the illusion that that's something that they're just totally ignoring. I think that Frontier has a clear track record of doing stuff right in order and right when it needs to be done. And, you can call me a Frontier fanboy if you want. I don't care. Yeah, I guess I am a Frontier fanboy. And if being a fanboy is totally gushing over a development company that's put out an awesome game, one of the most awesome games I've played in the last decade, Well, yeah, then I'm a fanboy. So, you know, it is what it is. Call it what you want. I think they're a kick-ass dev team. They've put together an awesome game. And it's a game that I literally play a few times a week. Like, you know, I don't have game. I've got PS4 games sitting here collecting dust. I don't know when the last time I played Grand Theft Auto or, you know, Crusaders on the PC. You know, Firewatch, got that a few weeks ago. I think that game sucked. But this is a game that's been out for, you know, coming up on their 1-year anniversary, and I continuously play it for hours every week. So, you know, it's something that I enjoy. It's a hobby that I have. I have fun playing it. So that's something that, you know, I take in consideration when I'm buying DLC packs, or if I, you know, buy the little customization packs like the Back to the Future and the Munsters and, you know, Knight Rider, all that stuff. It's a hobby to me. It's a game I enjoy, and I don't mind spending money on it. Like, I go to work and I spend money on the movies and restaurants and playing golf. And yeah, if you don't know, I'm a big time golfer. So shout out to all my golfers out there. This is just something I choose to spend my money on. It's an awesome game to me. I have a lot of fun. It's a lot of enjoyment. I come home from work. It's a really cool wind down, you know, wind down tool, wind down game to play. So it is what it is. If you can't accept that, I don't know what to tell you. But, so, yep, that's it. And that kind of goes back to another point I was going to make. If you're on the fence about the DLC that's coming out on Monday, come back here and check me out. Probably Monday about lunchtime, maybe late morning, early lunchtime, you know, depending on when the patch or, you know, when the update or the DLC goes live. Hopefully I'll get on here, play around a little bit, and get some of that recorded, and you guys can come here and check it out. And if it's something you're interested in, pick it up. But just letting you know, if you come by here, check it out. I will have some of the features, put down some of the rides, and definitely review some scenery for you. So yeah, that's where we'll take it. And I've almost finished up on this part 2, a little bit shorter. Haven't really haven't really played a whole lot this week because a couple guys I play Destiny 2 with, we've kind of been grinding, kind of been hee-hawing around a little bit about starting the raid, or if we want to try it yet. I'm like a 273, they're 280s. So, I mean, and our other 3 guys are 280s. So it's kind of, we've just kind of been trying to coordinate together and just trying to find a good time to sit down and actually all 6 of us try to do the raid. So that's kind of been taking up a lot of my Planet Coaster time really for the last 2 weeks, I'd say. But you know, I'm getting back to it. Definitely got to give Planet Coaster some love starting on Monday when this new pack comes out. So yeah, that's where I'll leave it with you. Got some construction walls going up here because totally do not have a clue what I'm going to do out that way. But I thought it would be cool to put some Disney construction walls up for you guys and just kind of show you that we're not focusing out that way for a while. Got to come up with some stuff out there. I was thinking maybe a cool log flume or something, maybe coming out of a big skull. But anyways, guys, yeah, give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video like always, and subscribe for more Planet Coaster content. And yeah, that's it. I got to roll. I will catch you guys next time. And yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. See ya.